Hello again, everyone. How are you all? Hopefully, this time you can actually see me. I'm not using the pub Wi-Fi. Retro Skelly, I see you're already in the chat. Can you just let me know? Can you hear me? And can you see me? Probably not a good thing to be able to see me, but let me know if you can. Because yeah, I was actually having a really good chat and everything, and just talking about things when I was in the pub, and I didn't realise the actual quality of the video itself was absolutely shocking. Because through this side of the camera, from what I'm looking at here on the StreamYard, it comes through clear. It was only when I watched it back, it was absolutely terrible. So I thought I'd do this again. I'm at home. I've got the Spectrum set up, the only computer you need to have set up. Well, unless you've got an Amiga, and then you need the Amiga set up. And I just thought, whilst I was thinking about this idea of let's talk retro, I came up with an idea of actually trying to make this a kind of Phoebe Chicken. Long time no see. How you doing, mate? Um, a so this is what happens. I answer the questions and completely lose my track of thought. But yeah, what I was thinking of is making this like a kind of every 2 weeks, something like that, where I'm going to have a chat with another tuber, and it's about anything. See, not even retro. I know it's just going to be titled "Let's Talk Retro," but what I want the guests to do is to actually come up with an idea of what they want to talk about, and it could be anything. And when I say anything, it could be old computers, new computers, it could be cars, trains, comic books, movies, toys. For me, Robot Wars, BattleBots, you know what I mean? Just something that you are passionate about, and something that the stream will only ever be about an hour long. Sometimes I actually think that streams can go a bit too long, and we don't need that. I mean, when you've got a lot of people on the stream, you can understand why. But for me, round about the hours is kind of the sweet spot. If it runs over, it runs over. That's okay. It's not set in stone. But yeah, I'm going to reach out there to people. I've actually got an intro being made at the moment for me, and I will reach out to all of you. This is open to absolutely anyone who has just got a passion in whatever it is. Obviously, I will discuss it with them beforehand, and then we can figure out what we can talk about. And obviously, passion of mine, Spectrum, computers, and all the rest of it. So, but I'm also love my Formula One, which me and Nerdy Geezer talk about quite regularly. Although it's really annoying because Nerdy Geezer is always like a couple of days behind. So we're going to bite our lips and bite our tongue and not tell him what's happened. Saying that, Lee, did you actually watch the last one? Because we haven't actually spoke about that since, have we? Yeah, interesting race. Interesting. And yeah, Robot Wars. Robot Wars and BattleBots for me, I absolutely love it. And it's really odd. There's not a lot of people actually. People watched it back in the day, which I think is great. But do you know there was a reboot? And then obviously that's got cancelled again. But did you know the actual BattleBots has got a reboot? And I tell you what, if you want to see some destruction, go and watch season 6 of BattleBots, the reboot, because it's absolutely nuts. And the new one's come along as well. Me and my mate John, I went round to his every single week, and we watched it together, and it was great because it just reminded me of that. Let's have a look. Who else is in the chat? Smiling Mothers Feed. Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting name there. How you doing, mate? Nice idea, fans. Fun. Yeah. This, as I said, is going to be open to people, to absolutely everyone, not just in the UK. If I need to, there's nothing set in stone. So if I need to do the stream later on in the day to accommodate time zones and stuff like that, I'm more than happy to do that. And okay, Chaos, how you doing, mate? You did watch it eventually. That's all things like what can we actually. It's me. Okay, Chaos. You got two accounts. Anyway, so yeah, what I was going to do today is just going to talk about some retro gaming stuff, things that I've got coming, things that I have been playing lately. I do need to show this off, and this is going to be for, believe it or not, I just dropped a Spectrum next. Don't tell anyone. Um, This is for Paul, right? And I'm not going to be doing any. Yes, I got to. Okay. I'm not going to be doing any live gameplay on this, but I will be doing a video on it soon. And we've got the MSX here. Paul Retrobite and now absolutely wants a Spectrum next. And I showed him the pictures earlier of some of the games he got. He went, stream it tonight, stream it. But it's just getting it all set up and everything else. And the sound issues that I get are probably not the best. But yeah, that is the MSX. Does anybody else ever have an MSX or any experience with one? It'd be interesting to know. And this is a, you see on there, this is a Sanyo, although it might be written backwards because of the camera. And the games, what games do I actually have with this? I've got them somewhere. Give me a second. Try not to drop another computer. And we have Yeehaw Kung Fu, however you say it. Oh, this game. I don't like it. I do not like this game at all. I know Nintendo, Alex Nintendo Arcade, I always say it the wrong way around, absolutely loves this game in the arcade. And watching him play it actually did give me some ideas of what I was doing wrong, but I do not like this at all. If you've ever seen MSX cartridges, they're a bit weird. They slide out like this, like a videotape. And they've got this real nice, like, plastic, like, holder for the cartridges in it. But it's like injection molded or something like that. It's absolutely solid. And the cartridges as well themselves always have this hole. Someone tell me what that hole's for? I never know. But yeah, apart from that, it's pretty standard. Actually, it's got two holes, look. It's got one at the top as well. Why do these cartridges have holes in? I tell you, with this retro stuff, I do just generally wing it. I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. That's very obvious by this stream. Obviously, got the manual as well. So that's Yeehaw Kung Fu. I do actually have an SD card solution for the MSX as well. And let's put them ones over there, which is over here. And this loads all the games actually from an SD card. You can see MSX on there, and all the games are on here. But it loads everything from actual, like you're loading a cassette. So you go through your menus as well and everything else, and that just loads into the cassette port. I'm not sure whether my cable's working properly or not. I could not get them to load. I just couldn't. To realise that was still up there. The other game I've got for the MSX is Sky Jaguar. What an absolute amazing name for a game, really. Sky Jaguar. Game itself, kind of your generic of the era shooters. Like I say, it's nothing special, although I do like the artwork on the front. The artwork, I think, is quite nice. I know what's missing from the stream. Last time I did this, I was doing it from the pub, wasn't I? A pint. That's what's missing. But hey, I say that. I say, is it a school that it's not? Kids are off for the weekend, aren't they? So we've got the manual as well. I'm loving the recent pickups from the Hobby Lodge. Oh, is that the Amiga? Oh, there we are. I got daddy duties. Yeah, it's still early. Yeah, I know. Do you know what? I was going to be doing the stream 8 o'clock, but my wife said she was going to be finishing work early, so I was just going to get the stream up and running. And it was more just to show off a few bits and to talk about the upcoming stream and to see if anyone had any interest coming on. So, yeah, mention him when he appears. Yeah, Sky Jaguar as well, and there's your cartridge. Do you know what? I will be doing just a normal video of this. I'll probably do this video for tomorrow, to be honest, with the MSX, because it is something I actually like to play. I don't hook it up as often as I really should. Hi, Martin. Bye, Martin. People say his name too many times, did they? And this one here actually is my. I mean, I've only got 3 games for the MSX. actual physical tapes cards. But this one here, I absolutely love, and it is Konami's Hyper Rally 1985. It's nothing special in terms of graphics and everything else. I think you can actually see it on the graphics on the back, but addictive gameplay on this. It's one of those ones where you've got to go into the distance and you've got to get there in a certain period of time, but you're not just got to do that. You're given a number of cars that you have to overtake before you get to the end. So you can get all the way there. Obviously, you've got to make sure you don't run out of fuel as well. That's another thing. If you just boost it all the way, you're guaranteed to run out of fuel. Um, you have to pass the right number of cars, and obviously that number increases the more levels you go on. The cars themselves that you overtake don't always just, oh, I'm here, I'm going to move out the way. They they have very predictable patterns, but different color cars do different things. Like sometimes you'll get ones that will swerve to the left just as you're going around, and as you swerve back, they'll dart back the other side really quickly. And you've got to know that you've got to sort of like fake them out a bit and then go around the other way. Level wise as well, there's snow levels which make you slide even more. There's night levels as well, which looks like you're driving like neon land. But if you've never seen this game, the reason why I can't stream this game live is because it's got that classic problem that all racing games have, where you get to your full power and all you can hear is a high pitched sound and it just whines away. And as you're playing the game, and I know if you're not playing the game, that noise is so annoying because it annoys me when I'm not when I'm watching somebody else play games like this. But Konami's Hyper Rally, I am going to do a top five, top 10 racing games because there's quite. I'm a big fan of racing games, and I just want to do a collection of not just from one computer or whatever, just games that mean something to me. And this game came from nowhere. I didn't even know what the MSX was when this was the game that was bundled with it as well, which is great. Having one cartridge to see you can test, I think is great. So that is Hyper Rally by Konami, 1985. If you get a chance to play this or even emulate it, give this a go. Highly, highly recommend it. And that's enough waffle of the MSX for a bit. What else have I picked up? Well, I like my homebrew stuff, and I've still got a couple here to be getting through. And I did a poll the other day, and I was actually really shocked because the ZX81 came out on top of what people want to see more than anything else. And I was quite shocked at that because I always thought no one will be interested in the ZX81 because it's got no sound, basic graphics, and everything else. But no, it came out completely on top, smashed everything. I think second place was the Dragon 32. So I'm definitely going to have to do that. And this game here, if you have not played it, is Jetscape. And this is the ZX81 port of Jetpack. And it is done so well. I had this before it came out physical because the ZX81 that I've got has got a ZXpand in it, which is an SD card solution for the back of the MSX. MSX. Get one computer in the brain and put another one in. So that's what's going to happen. I always do that. And it's got the ZXpand on the back. And the good thing with the ZXpand is it gives you a joystick port. It gives you sound. Some games have sound. And it also gives you an SD card slot as well, so you can load the game straight from an SD card. If you have ever actually had physical tapes for the ZX81, you know how hard they actually are to load from one game to another. It's so sensitive on sound; it's ridiculous. But I had this and I played it, and I think it plays just as well, if not maybe a little bit better than the than the Spectrum one. How this never came out originally on the ZX81, I'll never know. But I think most things with the ZX81 is it was there for a year, wasn't it? And then 1982, the Spectrum came out and it just left it in the dust. It really did. So, but there's a big homebrew community for the ZX81. I do have some really good homebrew games. Virus and Pandemic, appropriate names really. The past 2 years that we've just had are amazing games. They feel like what's that alien game on the Amiga with the top-down one where you're walking around, you've got to shoot everyone. It feels like that. I mean, obviously there's no sound, One Little Ghost as well. That's another great one. That's a twist on the Pac-Man where you are the ghost trying to survive all these Pac-Man trying to get you. Because in the Pac-Man game, aren't you the bad guy? Hey, I really think you are the bad guy. It's the same as playing Dig Dug. These creatures are underground, living their lives just quite happily. You know, no one's bothering them. And some idiot comes to Alien Breed. That's the one. Thanks, Nerdy Geezer. And some idiot digs down and starts inflating all of your family. No wonder you're going to get pissed off and try and kill him. You're the enemy in Dig Dug. You're the bad guy. Are there any other, just while thinking about it, are there any other games that you play where you are the bad guy? Because I can think of a few. I bet there's got to be some, haven't there? But it's never portrayed as that, though, is it? Really, it's always like, no, you've just got to go in there and kill them. Arcade Music Man, how you doing, mate? It's nice to actually see you on one of my streams. Now we're talking my games. Yeah, Pac-Man. I'm sure there's a couple. I will have to show off that, and it's also done. One Little Ghost on the ZX81 is done in an isometric view, which is great as well, and it's really big, chunky sprites. And with the ZX Band, you can actually use joystick. Playing joystick on the ZX81 game is great. I don't know why I didn't. Do you know what? I can go on these little tangents and rambles and talking about things. And I was like, well, I really wish I'd just bought a ZX81 down and started showing off. No, they're too far away. I should really go through and show you what ones I've got. But yeah, Jet Scout is how we started this for the ZX81. Great game. Really is. More homebrew. I've got this game and I opened it up, but unfortunately my SCART is not working at the moment. It's really annoying because I wanted to play some ZX81. Again, push one in, push the other one out. VIC-20 and Commodore 64, but my SCART's broken. Just can't get a picture on it at the moment. So I haven't had a chance to play this yet. And we've got Chiller 2. Does anyone ever remember the first game? Because Chiller 2, I've been told, is really, really good. But not had a chance to play it yet. Have we got? Oh, that's weird. Just noticed. Just opened this up to have a look at the shots inside, and got a double inlay. I don't know, silly little things like that. But anyway, screenshots on the back here. You can see for a Commodore 64 game, that doesn't look too bad. I'm going to slag off the Commodore 64 quickly whilst Martin's not here and not looking. That'll probably bring him back to the stream. So yeah, we've got Chiller 2. I'm really looking forward to actually giving that a try. Where did I put the tape? You think I know where I put things? There it is. We've got that one. And these ones here. I have Scuba-tastic, whatever it is. A scuba diving game for the Spectrum. And this one, I have tried to play it and I've tried to enjoy it and make a video. But do you know, have you ever had a video which is not bad, just boring, and you can't find a way of actually making a video about that? I'm sure there's a lot more to this game that I'm just not getting. But yeah, this game is supposed to be a remake of Scuba Diver, like the original one. But the annoying thing is, they sent me two. So I've got an extra one here. I'm sure, I think, Nerdy Geezer, I said I was going to bring this one to you and you're going to have that one. And there was another game as well. I'm sure it is. I will be able to get them to you pretty soon, though, hopefully. What else have I got? I've been playing Midnight Resistance. What a game on the Spectrum. Absolutely love the artwork on this. I know OSG said this was his least favourite port of Midnight Resistance, but I really like it. I enjoy Midnight Resistance on the Spectrum. I think it feels completely different. And here's the thing. Jokes aside, when we talk about Commodore 64 being better or Spectrum's better and all the rest of it, we all know it's Spectrum. But for me, I struggle with the Commodore 64 color palette because I'm colorblind, and I've spoke about this before, where um, where I'm colorblind in red green mostly, right, and I'm mostly towards the green spectrum. And I think Paul put up a picture earlier that he's picked up Hero for the Commodore 64. Now I have played that, and I know how Hero plays, but I've struggled with it because everything, not only have they made everything like really jagged, but then the colors clash and in my head I can't determine where things are. I think it's why I like the Spectrum or the Atari or the Amstrad one much better, because it's just big color blocks. You can see where everything is, and for me, with my eyes and the way I'm colorblind, I think works great. um and it pains me to say it, Amstrad CPC port of Hero I think is better than the Atari 2600. Way better than the Spectrum. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. What's this one? Original Scuba Dive. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? Everyone says the original Scuba Dive is an all time classic. I remember playing it, but it's going to be one of those ones um, where I don't remember what I was doing at the time in the game, and I think that's probably where this it comes in. I mean, I've played. Or is it down here? Oh, talk about Hero. You got Hero down here. Look, now this is Hero in the on the Spectrum. A great port of this is definitely worth getting. Forgot what's coming down here for now. Got a load of games on it. A tangent again. Going on a tangent again. Ever bought a game because it's got a stupid name and it stands out to you? Collywobbles. Collywobbles on the ZX Spectrum. I bought this at the last revival I went to before the world went to shit. Saying that, there's not a new revival, but there's a Crash event which is being supported by the revival guys. It's end of November. Definitely, if you get a chance to go there, go. It's going to be a great meetup. But yeah, Collywobbles for the Spectrum. What a name! With a name like that, I was always going to pick it up. Sadly, it is a very poor Gauntlet clone. If you can see some of the screenshots on the back there. No, it's not going to focus, but it is. It's such a poor. It's one of those ones where I wanted to like it. I really did, but it's terrible. I'll still load it up from time to time. I'll still read the name out and go, Collywobbles. You know what I mean? Just because. Yeah. What was I talking about? Who knows? I think this is what's going to be the theme of this new live stream that I do. Is there's never going to be any structure about it. It's going to be what I find best is a very laid back, relaxed, just chilled conversation, talking about stuff. And what I'm hoping from this new live stream, I think I'll be doing one in 2 weeks. Is to discover and learn new things and learn new stuff about you guys. You know what I mean? Of what are you passionate about? You know what I mean? Like if somebody likes train spotting, there's got to be a reason why and a trigger and of what got you started. You know, and I'd love to understand that. I'd love you to explain to me why you like certain things. So all of you, if you want to come on the stream, just message me. The door is open for absolutely everyone to talk about what you are passionate about. And it is going to be called Let's Talk Retro. And it's always going to be a one-to-one conversation. Tez, how you doing, mates? Oh, Tez, I do need to actually contact you. You were doing a stream, weren't you? And you were asking if I was free. Anytime, mate. Anytime you are ready for me to come onto your stream, please let me know. And you got to come on to Let's Talk Retro. You Star Gamer, how you doing, mate? Yeah, no, you can't stay long, but I appreciate you popping in. UK Misfits. Horror series still haunts me. Why does the horror series still haunt you? Yeah, here's a story of the Horus games. Was it 2019, 2018, something like that? we went to Disney World in Florida, and I've got a picture of me. Right, my wife didn't know I was doing this. I've got a picture of me holding Horace Goes Skiing in front of Disney Castle. It's just an absolutely nerdy thing to do. I mean, to be honest, I was thinking of taking an actual Spectrum with me to do it, but I thought, no, keep it small, keep it small. So yeah, I'll need to find that picture and actually put it up. Yeah, okay, agreed. Yeah, Tez does an amazing job. He's got a YouTube Connect channel, not channel, YouTube group where he again. This is the whole thing. What I like about the Talking Retro thing is he helps everyone. It's not just gaming related. Anyone who is there to help out others, to support each other. Tez is the guy. He really is. He helps out so many people. He's also got a YouTube channel and he's doing live streams and getting lots of people on. So if you haven't already, go and is it Tez made this the actual YouTube channel? Tez, if you can, put a link to your actual channel down in the comments, and everyone should go and sub to Tez. Great guy, great guy. Right, more retro. Not yes, it is retro, but Game Boys handhelds. I've got a few, and I've not been playing them as much as I should. I mean, I went and I got this one. I can't even really see it on the screen. It's so bright. Yeah, I didn't think that through, did I? There it is. Yeah, I've got this modded Game Boy with this screen. What have we got in there? Castlevania. I've got a Game Boy. Was it the Pi 60 or whatever it is? It's got a Raspberry Pi in it. I've got a DMG with a backlit screen, and I don't use them, and I really should. I'd love to actually show some of these actually off on a live stream. There's Tez's link, guys. Definitely go and check him out. 100% great guy, and you need to check out his live streams. So handhelds wise, what are your favourite handhelds? Any that spring to mind? Any that you would love to own? What's it? This is the Mega Drive one. The Nomad. Has anyone got a Nomad? And there was also PC Engine. Didn't the PC Engine have one as well? You get in contact with you soon. Yeah, I tend to speak to you most of the time anyway, Tez. To be honest, so yeah, just drop me a message. But yeah, handhelds. What are your favourites? And I have to ask this for Martin at the Hobby Lodge. Do you have an Evercade? What are your thoughts on the Evercade? Didn't they come out with some new cartridges actually for the Evercade just recently? I was always on the fence with the Evercade. I was always like, oh, it's a great idea. I should get one. The prices were going down, but by the time the prices got down to where I thought, yeah, it's affordable, I can get one of them. Now I can't bloody find one anywhere. And isn't that a couple of different models? One's got a better screen, and I must admit, the Evercade as a handheld, I thought was a good idea having the cartridges in it. When they've come out with the VS, I think they completely missed the mark there because from what I've seen of the VS, it's just a poor imitation console, isn't it? Really. But yeah, this question is just the Hobby Lodge. Do you have an Evercade? I should also mention Magic Wood, shouldn't I, as well, if I'm talking about Martin at the Hobby Lodge. Oh, another one we got recently picked up. Mattel Aquarius. Now, people who don't know about the Mattel Aquarius, I said, don't worry, it is one of the biggest flops I think there ever was. Not up there with the Commodore GS, but it's up there. But the thing is, what gets me about the GS is the GS then was stripped down and recycled and all just like put into a normal Commodore 64C. This was Mattel's computer, and it came out just way too late. It's got such little RAM. There's a rubber keyboard on it. What's this? 1982? Is it? I think this came out, and it was discontinued in 1982. So absolute flop. But that's why I love it. This is another thing that I'd like to talk about in the Let's Talk Retro. Is I have a passion for failed systems, completely flops, failed. especially when people just don't remember. I've got a Fairchild Channel F over there, and that's definitely a video for another day as well. Actually, I've got to do a video on that soon. It has literally been sitting in the box since I got it posted to me. But I've been focusing on the Aquarius first because I have got this. Hang on. May not look like much. If you can see it on there, this is the micro expander. I always keep saying macro expander. And as you can see, it actually has ports on the back, so you can put like a memory stick in there. And this has all the games on it. God, it's shiny. Not many of these have actually got the 3D printed case. I think there's only 3 of these 3D printed cases because the guy who made it, and he did tell me the story behind this, is you can't really see it very well, can you? There we are. The story about the case is he was asking people in the community, can you help him basically design the case for this? And he got little to no help whatsoever. So he's finally got one of these made up, and he's keeping it to himself for now. It's a bit petty, I know. But at the moment, I have one of the 3D printed cases for the micro expander. And it has all the games on it. The live stream I'm going to do with this, should I do it as a live? Probably best actually not do it as a live because I'm going to make mistakes. Because I've been told that this thing, some of the games need different commands and all the rest of it. But the games for the Aquarius are stupidly expensive. You can only get them in America. Then you got your shipping fees on top of it. And even the basic games, you're looking like 30, 40 quid just for the game. Then you put post on top of it. And then that's just for a loose cartridge. Mine did actually come with, and it's quite luckily, I lost this last time I was showing it off. Retro Chef, how you doing, mate? Mine did actually come with one of the original cartridges. And look at the shape of them. And this is Utopia. The worst thing about all of these games, with them being really expensive, is they're really poor ports of the Intellivision. They're sort of like butchered ports to be put on here. They were planning so much for the Aquarius, but it just never happened. So that car, do I? That's the whole thing. Now I've got a way of playing this, and even this game on that cartridge. Do I sell that game, make a bit of money back? This here cost me 70 quid, for the price of like what 2 original cartridges, if I'm lucky to get hold of them. No brainer, really. Oh, here's another question for you. What are your thoughts on like modern day solutions for old hardware? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Because I have always been a fan. I can't. That one's actually plugged in there. What we got down here? I've got the game booster. That's for the PlayStation 1, so let you play Game Boy cartridges. So I'm just getting that out of the way. Because I really, really like these devices. So you've got the Penultimate Plus cartridge, and that's for the VIC-20. What else we got in here? We've got the Ultimate Cart, and that's for the Atari 400 and 800 and stuff like that. And we've got SDs to IECs as well. Forgive. Look how dodgy that looks. Right, a wire came off because it's got 2 parts. A wire came off. So got my soldering iron out, soldered it back together, and then forgot to thread. And I've never gone back to fix it. And I forgot to thread the wire back through here because it came off. So this just sits there, goes up and down, and it's a dodgy looking cable. You know, professional, Pete, professional. Everyone's saying I live in a warehouse because you have no idea. You have no idea. What's this one? Oh, damn it. Lee, I was supposed to send you this. I thought I'd lost it. It's the dead test cart for the Spectrum. Damn, forgot that was under there. Find things live on stream. Okay, warehouse. Let me reach my hand down here and grab a couple of things. What have I got? We got Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. We have Cuba. First game I ever played on the Atari 2600. This game, I can never pronounce the name of it. Say it to yourself. Tell you what, let me know what this is called by texting it in the comments. Why do people always do that? Right? I'm dyslexic. And people will always text me to say, you've written this word wrong or said this word wrong. So, like, well, I'm reading it wrong. It just it makes no bloody sense. Oh, and here we are. A classic. We got Sky Skipper. Absolute classic. Yeah, that was just a random dig of games down here. Oh, German game now. German game. We have what translates to squirrel and snail. This is a German Atari 2600 cartridge. And, let me get what we got here. This is an original one. So we've got Activision's Frostbite here. Right. And this one, classic Activision bleeding through. Oh, look at all the glue. Activision cartridges do this all the time. But this is what Atari 2600 cartridge looks like. The German ones look a little bit weird. Right? Frostbite, Atari 2600, nice, colourful, everything else. German, this is the game and you'll like it. That's just it. It's just a black cartridge with the name of the game on it. Just get on and play it. So, Snail versus, and look at the manual. This game's weird, right? I have still never. I know what you're supposed to do on this game, but I find it impossible, absolutely impossible to play. Let's just get back in there because you're the squirrel, and you've got to go and get the nuts and take them to the top of the tree. And the squirrel and the nuts at the bottom here, right, are falling from these trees. And they will constantly fall down. One falls down there, and time lapses, and another one falls down here. And if you leave it on the floor, it disappears, and you lose a point, part of your health. So you've got to run up, leave a nut there, come back down, grab another one, grab it, go up, leave it, and you've got to go up slowly. But the whole time these snails are moving really, really slowly, and either eat the nuts and you lose a life, or touch you and you lose a life as well. It's a little bit complicated for an Atari 2600 game. I don't know what year this actually came out. No, I can't see. I'm sure this is quite a late release. I'm sure they kept releasing Atari games in Germany long after the actual Atari died. Frostbite, though, everyone says this is one of their favourite games. A little bit difficult to play, I think. A little bit difficult to get the game back in the box. Right, what we're moving on to now. Anyway, so the Aquarius. Definitely coming out with a video with this soon, and I'm looking forward to trying out some of the games. And believe it or not, do you know what game I've been told is the best game on this, or one of the best games? Is a maths game. Go figure. But we shall see. We shall see. Mattel Aquarius. And I'm going to say it again because there's been more people joining the stream and everything else. This is pretty much a test for a new stream I'm going to be doing where there's also going to be a guest on as well called Let's Talk Retro. So if you would like to be part of that, just contact me and let me know, and we'll definitely set up a stream every other week. Yeah, apparently so. Lives an old Blockbuster's warehouse. Oh shit! Sorry, I've just read that one, Lee. Is everything all right? Yeah. I'll message you in a bit, mate. I'll message you in a bit. Yeah, definitely. This is the one thing about the YouTube community is we're all here to look after and help each other, whether even if it's just emotionally or talking, or if you're stuck outside in your car and can't go into hospital to help someone and just have some ginger idiot waffling on the phone. Always here for any of you. I really am. You do like the look of the Aquarius. Yeah, I am looking forward to it. I really am. The Aquarius is definitely one I'm looking forward to. What's the? So you'll have to forgive me with reading this. Most extreme wet thing to get a bit of retro kit. Nothing really. I mean, I do actually find myself to be quite lucky with the things that I have because I got things before prices went absolutely ridiculous. And as we're talking about ridiculous prices, that is what has killed my GameCube collection. It really has. Going for the full set, I would not recommend anybody going for a full set. The fact that you walk out of there and you're looking at bloody Mary Kate and Nasty games for 30, 40 quid going, oh, I need that. Do you really? Do you really need that? But yeah, officially finished going for the full set now because I've sold two big hitters. A couple more up for sale as well. Hopefully to pay for a trip in a couple of weeks. Need a bit of cash. Need some cash. Um, Keeping you occupied. Yeah, it's not good, mate. But at least you're not at work. Your work are absolute idiots. Yeah. What's the most expensive thing I've bought? See, everything is okay. The most expensive thing I have bought actually was two things. One was the Vectrex. Oh, I should do a video on the Vectrex, shouldn't I? Giving myself ideas as I'm here. And the other was the CD32, and I paid £150 each for those two. And again, still good price. I got really good prices on them, 150 quid when they should have been an extra 100 quid plus on top, easily. Um, I'd love to go into the actual history of the CD32 for me. Is we always had an Amiga, and I was in hospital quite a bit when I was younger, and my dad used to bring the magazines in, and we'd sit there, and we'd look at, go flip through the Amiga magazines. Everything. He actually brought the Amiga into the hospital, um, and we had it set up. And I remember playing Body Blows on this Amiga, and the other kids in the ward coming over and playing them. Saying that, looking back, the ward I was in also had a Super Nintendo and an NES. No, not Super Nintendo. It had an NES and a Mega Drive. That's what it had in there. Thanks. It was great. You all right, mate? How you doing? What time is it over there in Canada? I think is it 7 hours or something behind them? I did. I even put his thing up on the stream on the stream screen. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, Vectrex Viz for sure. The only thing is 1:30 p.m. Yeah, the only thing with the Vectrex is a worry about the flickering and everything on the screen. I'll have to give it a try and see if it's possible to do. Anyway, going back to the CD32. The CD32, we always used to go through the magazines, and I always remember talking to my dad and going, look at this, and we're telling him all the specs and everything else. And he used to tell us, yes, we'll get you that. When you're better, we'll get you that. And obviously, we got better and all the rest of it, and we never got one. And I didn't realize till years and years later, you just don't as a kid, do you? That my dad used all of his holiday to look after us. He borrowed money. All these things that you do as an adult to look after your children. Um, and looking back now, I've got my own kids and all the rest of it. I get the sacrifice that you make and the little lies that you say to just help, not pass the time, but to help people. Um, so yeah, we never did get the CD32, and I completely understand why. But 20 odd years later, one came up for sale. And I remember like, I was speaking to the guy. I had to wire him the money. Then he went and picked it up and he bought it to me. So I was thinking, oh God, this is a scam. Am I losing my money? All the rest of it. But no, he turned up at my door and he dropped it off. And just holding it there brought all those memories back in looking for the magazines and the sacrifice and everything my dad made. All that. So I have this connection with the CD32. Have I played it? Not really. This is the thing with this crazy, crazy collectors. We always want this thing. We always like it's always something nice to hunt for. But then when we get it, how long does that buzz last for? Because for me, it doesn't last that long. Is that just me? Does anybody else feel like this? Have you ever had like a computer or a console or a game that you've been hunting for years and you finally get it and you go, "Oh, that's nice. I own it. Um, what's next?" You know what I mean? We really shouldn't think like that. That's why I'd actually love to go back to when things were a lot simpler. When you only had like remember the GameCube. I think I only had this little plastic wallet of games, which you press the button and it opens up like that. And I think it had like 7 or 8 games in it, all loose disc. Um, and that's all I had. And I love those games. I love playing SSX. I love playing Mario Kart. I love playing Smuggler's Run. You know, everyone always laughs at the game. I love Smuggler's Run. I really do. It's a great game to play on your own, and it is a really good multiplayer game as well. So now, when we've got all these big collections and everything else, do we actually ever really play them all? Is it nice to look at them? Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? 'Cause I'm saying that, and I'm surrounded by all this stuff. Talking about surrounded by stuff, Spectrum Next. I need to do some more videos on this. I was speaking to Jim Bagley yesterday because I really want the actual physical games for this. Bags in Space as well, Warhawk, but they're not going to start producing them until the next Kickstarter comes out, which keeps getting delayed, and it's really bugging me. Um, Again, I won this in a raffle. Very, very lucky to win this in a raffle. I never thought I'd own one. Real nice piece of kit. It's the Spectrum. It is the Spectrum Next. When did you see 64 video coming? Yeah, I love that you instantly nailed your flag to the C64. Didn't give the Amstrad CPC much of a look in, did you, Chef? Hey? You really should though. There are some amazing homebrew games for the Amstrad. Just something that you should. Love this content. Yes, you don't see much. See, look, if you're coming here and watching my videos, as I said, this is pretty much a promotion for the new stream. Going to say it again. I'm plugging away. I'm learning from Dominic Diamond. If you have not seen that Dominic Diamond stream that the Retro 5 did, get over to Retro Chef's channel. I'm sure everyone who's watching me has seen it. But what a stream. You know what I mean? How often do you get to speak to somebody like that? And it didn't just. Have you ever done a stream and it sometimes feels a little bit forced when you're speaking to someone? From the moment he came on the stream, it was like he was just a couple of mates around the pub. It really was. So definitely get over there and go watch that. It's amazing. Some of the stories he comes out with, the book that he's coming out with as well, because he did tell us a couple of things that weren't on our live stream that we spoke to him beforehand, and there's some crazy stories. Honestly, the behind the scenes, I think, of Games Master is, I think, more interesting than actually the show itself. And that's saying something because that was a great show. Hello, what did you miss? What did Retrobait miss? Only this. Only the MSX, Paul. I've been playing it live as well. You missed out on all the games. I'm not going to play it again though. I was kind of done with the MSX. Only joking. So yeah, the Spectrum Next. Hopefully, when this is in more people's hands, it will definitely take off. Because we're waiting for the second Kickstarter, and the second Kickstarter is just struggling to get the chips. The price is going up and all the rest of it. So play with the kids, how many time? Yeah, everyone said it's early. I know it's early. It's just this is the time I could do it. It was either cancel this stream because I was planning to go and do it at 8 o'clock. It was either cancel this stream, but then you think about okay, but then it's going to be Saturday and I can't do this, and it's going to be Sunday and I can't do this. Then it might be Monday, and I just wanted to get the stream done. So yeah, Spectrum next. What else do I have down here while I'm showing off stuff? Oh, Lee, Retro Chef Lee. If you haven't, get this game for the Amstrad CPC. This is a really, really good game. I don't know if you got it already. Paul, what was the sequel called of this? Because I know there was a second game as well, wasn't there? This feels very much like Turrican, but on the Amstrad, done in a very, very fun way. Toys. Let's talk about toys. Why the hell not? Does anybody remember? Literally, I'm just pulling things off shelves here, the things that are close to hand. This is the kind of stream that this was just going to be. Very, very random. But who remembers Boglin? Anyone? This Boglin here is the first one I got, and I went into a charity shop. God, it's dusty. And the woman behind the counter, I asked how much was it, and she said, "If you'll give me £2 for it, give me £2 for it because I want it out the shop. It keeps looking at me." Do love Boglins though, and I do have a couple of them, the mini ones as well. Definitely toys from my youth. Do you remember the rubber that was on these? Really weird. Well, we're getting close to the hour mark now, which is kind of when I was going to cut this stream off. Boglin just ran off, just fell on the back of my computer, and now I can't reach the bloody thing. But hey, right, should we go for a couple more games while I'm here? Oh, homebrews, where homebrews all started for me. I'm going to these games out. Oh. Pentacorn's Quest, definitely get this game. So I'm trying to get to my Monument games. Am I actually going to be able to do it? Yeah, I can reach them. Because the problem with Monument games is they just don't produce them anymore. And thanks to Sega Zombie, this game here is what started my homebrew obsession with games. I know they've redone this game. Did you manage to get a copy of this, Paul? The new Metal Man? Because this one here, when I first loaded it up, I was just blown away. I mean, I've been playing the Spectrum for a while, but I was absolutely blown away. Look at that. Metallic tape as well. Really nice. It's got a very much a RoboCop feel to this game, where you're quite clunky as you're walking around. You know, you can feel that the character's very heavy. Doesn't jump very well. We've even got a pin badge. And this is what Monument used to do, was put all these extra little bits in, as well as something you just don't get anymore, manuals. So yeah, we've got colour manual with it. But yeah, this is where my session with homebrew started. I knew nothing about the homebrew scene. Hang on, let's have a look at some of these comments. I realised. Do you know? Have you ever done this when you're doing a stream and you scroll up through comments and you sort of like, because you're going from them backwards, you're like, what the hell's that? Something to do with rubber. Did I miss something? Oh, it's the Boglin. Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Boglins. Yeah, I had a glow in the dark one. It's true about adult toys. Hang on. Maybe. Looks a bit odd like that, doesn't it? Choose that as the screensaver or the thumbnail. It's just funny. Yeah, awesome game. Your tape's purple. Is it Sticky Boglin? Almost as bad as Magic Wood. Can we go through one stream without getting Magic Wood? It'll never happen. It's a classic. Nerdy Geezer as well. He's put up a short about his Micromaniac stream that he's done. Another great stream. It really is. If you like your homebrew stuff, get over to Nerdy Geezer's channel and go and check it out, because you get some amazing guests on there talking about all things microcomputers. Occasionally Magic Wood pops up, but I guarantee you now every stream it will pop up again. Yeah, Nerdy Geezer, Lee, put a link up to your Micromaniac stream, and everyone should go and check that out. I would put the links up myself, but I'm doing all this just straight from my phone. So it's not practical. I have to go out of StreamYard, get it, and then come back. So anyway, let's have a look at some more of these Monument games, because there's some good ones. We've got Future Looter, and that one is a bit of a is it Cybernoid style kind of like spaceship shooter kind of thing. Pardon me. And we have the infamous Squidge. There is his link for the Micromaniacs. Definitely go and check that out. Just really, if you like your homebrew stuff, if you like your Spectrums, or even if let's hold nothing against them. If you're a Commodore fan, go check them out. Not everyone's perfect. So, right, yeah. What game was talking about? Squidge. If you know Spectrum games, you know how infamous this game is. This game was broken. This game was unplayable, and they got a 14-year-old to try and fix it. And the badge on there, that is what the bird originally looked like. It took up like a third of the screen, and it moved like this. Actually, the first lot of the game, the bird doesn't even move. They'd not put the code in right to make the bird move. So yeah, this is a remake of Squidge, and we've got white tape on this one. And it's a very, very fun game, this one. Very different to the original. I even love the text on the back. You ain't going to be able to read that properly. Screenshot that and put it up another time. What we got? Forest Raider Cherry. Fun game, this one. Easy pick up and play. The most expensive homebrew game I actually own, and this was limited to 50 copies physically. Although you can actually get it on. No, I'm going to knock things off. The Spectrum Vega, the Vega. It's not the Vega Plus, the Vega. It's on there, and we've got Cray 5. Again, this is a kind of like you got like a jetpack on, and you're floating around, and you've got to shoot everything. But this is such a limited run game, and it's even more limited because it's got the extra bits in it. Got a green tape, and just look at all the extra stuff you get in there for this extra bonus stuff. There's 2 badges. There's keychains and everything in there. Amazing. And I'll get to that in a minute, because there's a couple of double tapes. Yeah, this is where I'm going to knock things over. Now it's a double tape. Bomb Jack and Bomb Jack 2. Don't know why that's in there. It's an imposter, as my kids would say. They play too much of that game. Circuitry. Another one. I don't think I've played that one very much. I'm not going to go through individual colours of tapes. If you like your RPGs, this is an amazing RPG for the Spectrum. Again, don't ask me to pronounce it. That's it there. Yeah, Bomb Jack, great game. We were talking about this the other day, weren't we, Nerdy Geezer, on Micromaniacs, that Bomb Jack 2 on the Commodore 64 actually was supposed to be a Thundercats game. So it's got nothing to do with Bomb Jack. This one is... Oh, it's not going to be screenshots on there. But Bomb Jack 2 on this one is completely different. Yeah, I'm not a fan of RPGs normally, But this actually, I'm going to have to load this up now. I forgot it was here. I'm going to have to play this one again. I really am. Love that one. Multi-Dude. That's a nice little puzzle game. Oh, God's sake. Here it is, Paul. Sir Aberble on the Spectrum. This is a great game on the Amstrad CPC. This is shocking. Looks great. Looks really, really nice on the Spectrum. But you can't kill the enemies. Makes it almost impossible to play. As I said, looks really nice. It's just god awful. Got a text adventure here. This one I may. If and Hobby Lodge, I know he's not. He's looking after his kids. But if you like your text adventures, try this one. Sam Mallard on the Spectrum. It's a sort of like a graphic text adventure, all done in black and white. Great storyline to this. A bit adult, but yeah, definitely one to get. I am almost done, and we're going to end the stream here. But whilst I've started showing off, oh, look at this one. No, not that one. Where's it gone? There. Don't you love games where somebody's took the time and effort with looking at CPC games to make their own covers? Just look at that. Gotta love the dedication that people had back in the day. Lost the cover? I'll make my own. I daren't show this game on here. We've been talking about Magic Wood. It can the stream could end pretty badly. Oh no, I just lost some. I think I just dropped some down the back. Let's have a look. I'm sure I did. Yeah, I lost a game. I have to find that again afterwards. Again, another game I wanted to like, but I just can't. That game. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. That game. The graphics on it. If you think the Spectrum gets bad color clash, this game gets bad color clash. Endless Forest, Most Beautiful. Nice arcade game, this one. Really like that one. I don't think I've ever played this one. Castle Capers. Oh, I have. Again, another arcade. Another little arcade platformer game. Really simple, but really fun. Now, they wanted to show these two off separately because these are were their limited edition ones. And we've got Stego. Why do they keep doing these fonts? I struggle reading it anyway, and then they do fonts like that. But these are double cased, right? And what these ones actually have is they have an outer sleeve on them. And then there's actually two games in this one. The games are here on this tape here. It's a nice little light blue one. But the other one actually has all of these extra bits in, colour manuals, and all of these like figures, cardboard cut out figures from the game. Some crazy looking monsters. I mean, what the hell is that? You know? And this one here, that's you. Fun little game, this. Nice little platformer. So many pin badges. It's just ridiculous. But you see why this company just kind of ran out of money. All of these extras. And again, full colour manual. But not just full colour manual. This one I think it's actually got a comic. I'll make sure I don't lose any of these bits. Yeah, so this one's got like a proper story to it and everything else. So yeah, that's that one. And one more game. Because this one I actually think is quite special. This is Doom Pit and Death Pit, or Death Pit and Doom Pit. Right, and what this was a lost game on the Spectrum, or an unfinished game. From what I've heard, the guy that coded it pretty much had the game finished, and they cancelled the game. and then he was supposed to port it over to like the Amstrad CPC or something like that. And again, they cancelled the game. So if you can see on there, look, after this whole backwards thing is annoying me. After more than 30 years, a great treasure is finally yours. So this game was lost and cancelled, and 30 years later, someone not only, because we've got the special case here, not only redid, which one is it? This one here, which is Death Pit, and this is the actual game that got cancelled. So that's the full game. But then they remade the game as Doom Pit with updated graphics and everything else. So I love that. Someone found the game that should have come out, got in contact with the guy who made it and said, yeah, let's finish the game. And then somebody went out of the way and says, well, let's make the game the best it can be. I need to do a video on these two. I forgot all about these, but I definitely need to do a video. And this is my monument collection of games. And it's what got me started in homebrew. It really did. It got me started looking at games, homebrew games, and it's a rabbit hole I just absolutely fell down. And I'm glad that I did. I'm glad it is also spread to other people who are also enjoying the amazing homebrew games that are out there and supporting the developers whenever possible, really. Sometimes we don't always have the money, but good thing with that is they're always going to be there. We can buy them later on when we do have the money. You can download them, you can emulate them, but wherever possible, I would recommend supporting them and getting the physical tapes. So this stream was only supposed to be an hour long, and we've gone over that now. Now I need to finish the stream and put all this crap back away again, because that's a habit I've got when I've done a stream, is I tend to just leave stuff lying around, and I really shouldn't. So what's coming up? Oh, Wesley, this is the game I wasn't going to show off. Talking about Magic Wood, and we've got Gobble Man. What a name for a gamer. So what have I got coming up? Well, we've got more of the more Retro 5. That's with the rest of the guys as well. That is going to continue monthly, and I tell you what, it's such a great opportunity to be part of that stream, and it's even more of a pleasure to do the Retro 5 with four of my best mates online. It's just something special. It really is. When we are sitting there and talking and discussing things, it is generally how we just talk normally. So, and I don't know, I'm sure there's something on Sunday. I could be wrong. I don't think anyone's streaming on a Sunday, are they? You really think I was going to forget you, Chef? Retro Chef streaming on Sunday for the Swap Shop. What can I say about the Swap Shop? One of the first streams I was ever on and invited on. It was an amazing pleasure. Retro Chef, great guy. Has helped YouTubers, bigger YouTubers, smaller YouTubers, everyone. Great guy. Get over to his channel and sub and get him over 1,000 so he can shut up about it. Sorry, had to say that, Lee. But yeah, Swap Shop. If you want to put your link as well, Lee, to Swap Shop, please put it in the comments down below, so other people can click on it and go and check that out. Is there anybody I've missed out for a shout out? Anybody want to put their link to their channel in the comments? What have we got? Arcade Music Man, definitely. He does quite a lot of streaming. And do you know what I like about his streaming? He streams kind of like this, where it's just rambles, just talking to the community, just having a laugh. I think a lot of the time that gets forgotten about all that, just having a laugh. But yeah, put your links in the comments if you want to. Hobby Lord Skelly, yeah. Retro Skelly as well. Put him. What have we got on there? Oh, did I forget about Retrobait? I was actually having this conversation with Paul the other day because I put up a poll of like where you remember the channel from, where he introduced to it, and he said, "I genuinely don't know," and I also genuinely don't know how me and Paul got talking. Done quite a lot of streams together. I remember doing one really early back in the day, right in the middle of COVID. This was, full lockdown. And we were talking about failed consoles. And the one thing that always sticks in my head from that stream is how nervous you were before we went live, yet how natural you are when you're on camera. And you can say that's something to do with the mega pints of red wine. But yeah, it's just meant to be sire. Yeah, this is what it's going to be. As I said, look out for the new stream that's going to be coming out called Let's Talk Retro, and it's going to be more of this, but with another guest, and it's going to be the backwards and forwards talking. And I will make sure I don't talk over you. I'm learning. I am learning. It's hard, but I'm learning. But yeah, amazing journey YouTube has been over the past 2 years. Ups and downs, definitely ups and downs. But if you weigh it up, so many more ups than downs. It's been a great experience. It really has. Great sharing this hobby and passion I've got, because without YouTube and without being able to talk at this camera at all you guys, I'm just some idiot talking to myself, looking at games, which is what I do anyway. So all the links down in the comments below that people are putting up, please go and check them out. Retro Chef, Nerdy Geezer. Hang on, it's scrolling up. Ustar Gamer, yeah, Ustar Gamer, new YouTuber. Definitely go and check out his channel. He's very, very close to getting the full set for the Wii U. I think you're down to the last few, aren't you? So there's one thing though, Ustar Gamer has to do, and we have to either set up a GoFundMe or something like that. Can someone please supply him with a paint so he can paint the chipboard in his game room? I think he needs that. That's all that room needs, mate. Is just a quick lick of paint. Yeah, Ustar Gamer, Retro Skelly as well, mate. I hope you're doing all right. I was having a bit of a rough time at the moment, but you did a video from your hospital bed, and that is dedication. And I think you got some more videos coming out as well, and I look forward to checking those out because, yeah, great guy. Has anyone put Retro Skelly's YouTube channel link up as well? I know I'll have forgotten people. Absolutely, because that's just what I do. I don't remember. Tez, yeah, definitely go check out Tez. You're doing great things, you are, Tez, getting the community together and expanding it through not just the UK, expanding it out to everyone, for everyone, about everything. So, and I think that is a great thing. We get stuck in little cliques sometimes, don't we? So it's nice that someone is reaching out to more people. So, as you can probably tell, I never know how to finish a stream. So, yeah, this is why I can just talk and rabbit on. That's why the Let's Talk Retro I hope as well. Because it gives me a focus and hopefully you can learn new things. But this is definitely the end of the stream because I've got to tidy up this crap and I've got to see what the kids have been doing out there because they've been making a lot of noise. So, thanks everyone for joining me on this stream. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I will catch you again next time. There will be a Aquarius video this weekend, fingers crossed. And hopefully another live stream in the next week or two. So thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you all again next time. Bye.